Dialect Discrimination by Chi Chang, Kim Yorabu, and Emily Gergen. According to Ethnologue, the most extensive catalog of the world's languages, there are about 6,909 distinct languages spoken in the world, and within each language, there exist several, if not hundreds, of dialects. In addition to the Midwestern dialect you hear me speaking, consider the following dialect samples taken from New York, Georgia, and Mexico.
So I try to go once a week with some lady try to speak English.
Teaching history at Auburn for the past 30 years. I went to Emory to do my PhD and graduated back in the 1970s.
My dad came here when he was 17 to New York. So, yeah, certain things he says is like weird. Like he says like electricity. He doesn't say electricity. Garbage,
What did you notice while listening to these three different dialects? Did you form assumptions about each person based on the way they speak? Did you attribute certain characteristics to each one, such as their level of education or socioeconomic status? With the way certain dialects are portrayed in the media, it is easy to attribute certain stereotypes to people upon hearing them speak. However, when such stereotypes are attributed to students in the classroom, an unfair educational environment is created. Some teachers may subconsciously pay more attention to or have higher expectations of students who speak in a similar manner to them. Consider the following hypothetical scenarios of a diverse high school English classroom.
Good morning, class. My name is Mrs. Johnson, and today we're going to be talking about Romeo and Juliet, Act 1, Scene 3. Now, who can tell me about the first time Romeo and Juliet met based on your readings that you did last night? Anyone? Raise your hand if you know.
Me, pick me.
Okay, let's call on someone who would probably know the answer. Sally, do you know the answer? Does it look like I know the answer?
I do. Call me.
Who would know the answer? John, you probably know the answer.
I do. Wow, I know they first met at the ball.
Wow, I'm really impressed. I didn't expect you to know the answer. Good job, so yes. Good morning, welcome to English class. As you know, we have a vocab test today, so everybody take out a pencil and a piece of paper and we'll get started. Alright, here's yours, Sally. Good luck. You have some pretty hard words on there. And here's yours, Chi. I made yours a little more simple, okay? So it shouldn't be too hard for you.
Okay.
Although these two scenarios are exaggerated, it is not uncommon for some teachers to behave this way towards students who have a different dialect than their own. They may give more attention to and have higher expectations of students who speak with their own dialect, while paying less attention to and having lower expectations of students who speak with a different one. Teachers may form incorrect assumptions about students based on the way they speak. For example, a teacher who speaks Standard English may undervalue the intelligence of a student who speaks African American Vernacular English. The teacher may even try to correct the way the student speaks, trying to make it more like his or her own. This approach to teaching language assumes that one variety of English is correct, while all others are incorrect. However, as language is constantly changing rather than static, there really is no one correct way to speak. John McWhorter, a linguist at the University of California at Berkeley, compares the evolution of language to a lava lamp. He states, "In fact, however, the most useful analogy to keep in mind is that a language is like a lava lamp. The lava slowly swirls and clumps and rises and falls in its fluid in an eternal, mesmerizing flow. Although constantly changing, in no sense is the clump of lava decaying. If one piece is beginning to drip or split into strands, we can be sure that a few inches away, other pieces are joining together. At any given point, we do not see the present configuration of the lava clump as somehow better than the one 30 seconds ago. The joy is in the infinite variations that the clump can take, while at all times remaining consistent in its expressive motility." It is important for teachers to keep in mind that all languages and dialects are of equal value. Although standard English is what is taught in elementary schools throughout the United States, teachers should also teach their students that we should respect all ways of speaking. The way a person speaks is an important part of their identity, and by showing an equal appreciation of and value towards the different dialects spoken within the classroom, teachers can instill in their students a sense of pride towards their own way of speaking. In doing so, students will feel comfortable participating in the classroom and letting their voices be heard.